Howdy everybody, welcome to Snapshot 15w37a, and let's go ahead and take a look at this week's snapshot. So, first of all, we have some pretty big changes to golden apples. They were nerfed quite a bit, so let's go ahead and eat one and see what we get now. So if I eat the enchanted golden apple, you'll see we get regeneration 2 for 20 seconds, we get absorption 4 for 2 minutes, resistance, and fire resistance. Now, resistance and fire resistance remain the same, but the regeneration used to be level 5, so that's been nerfed a little bit. And the absorption used to be just regular absorption, but now that is changed to level 4 absorption, so we have basically a lot more hearts to play around with, but we don't regenerate health as quickly. There were also changes to the regular golden apple as well, so let's just go ahead and eat this and see what they are. So first of all, you see we now have just the regular regeneration for 5 seconds instead of regeneration 2, and then we get the absorption for 2 minutes as expected. So basically, instead of allowing a lot of regeneration, the golden apples now place more of an emphasis on absorption. Also new this week, there is a new game rule. So if we do /game rule, spectators generate chunks, and we set that to false. If I now go into game mode 3, which is spectator game mode, you will see here, as I travel out to the edges of the world, that I will not generate chunks. Now if I were to change that game rule to true, you see we got the chunk border over here. If I were to change this to true, so let's just go ahead and do that now. True. Boom. Game rule has been updated, and I'm a spectator still, but I now am generating chunks. So this is going to be useful for one thing in particular in the game. Let me show you that right now. So the game rule for spectators can generate chunks is useful for hardcore worlds. So now if you die in a hardcore world like this, you have the option to delete the world, or you can spectate the world. So that is what you can do now in hardcore mode. A lot of people have been asking for this for a very long time. So now if you die in hardcore mode, you can now go back and view your builds and such. But yeah, you can't obviously ever go back to the main world. Otherwise, it's not hardcore. There are some slight changes to combat this week in that swords have been made ever so slightly faster. And you can also now use a bow in your offhand. So that is going to be pretty useful for PvP. There have also been changes to axes this week, so let's go ahead and take a look. So first of all, the diamond axe, iron axe, and stone axe all do the same attack damage when fully charged. However, the diamond axe is the fastest, as you'd expect, followed by the iron axe and then the stone axe. The golden axe actually has the same attack speed as the diamond, but it does 2 attack damage points less than the diamond axe. And then of course the wood axe is now the worst, which only does 7 attack damage with a 0.8 attack speed. There are also some new changes to shields this week, so let's go ahead and take a look. So first of all, there's a new crafting recipe, which involves iron and some wood in a shape like that. That'll get you your shield. Also new with the shield, you can now reflect projectiles back at mobs if you get the right angle. So let me just see if I can do that here. Yep, you see I'm reflecting the arrow back toward him, and he's doing damage to himself. So that's pretty cool. Also, the blank shield has a new texture. As you can see, it has bolts on the front of it now. Also with this update, you should experience less lag. They have optimized chunk generation and chunk rendering so that it's not rendered so many times unnecessarily. And finally new this week, there is a new super flat world type. So if I go to customized and then presets, you'll see that there is now a void world. So if I go ahead and use this preset and go ahead and hit done, create world, you'll see that we got a nice little spawning platform here. And it just is exactly what it says besides that. Just an empty world that you can play around in and build stuff in. But guys, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. This has been CubFan. Goodbye.